Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 921. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with James. What's up, James?
Hey guys, got rid of the Rick Grimes beard. Normal now.
What's up, Mike D?
Shit, where's Connor?
Connor.
He's busy being lazy
right.
and asleep.
So let me screen share the truth.
The truth.
The truth. You can't handle the truth. All right. So me and Mike D were talking off air, and Mike D had believed that these guys, as well as I did, that it was like a sort of Fires Pompeii thing. But from looking at a closer view, I guess that's not the case. They're not Pyrovillian or Fires of Pompeii people or whatever the hell that they were turned into stone. It's just, I guess this is what, like a alien race or something?
I thought that looks like Kellyanne Conway.
No, it doesn't. But let's
yeah, you're right. It looks a little less haggard than she does.
Okay. They're very spooky.
So it's really interesting.
Spooky.
Yeah. I mean, they've got to be something to do with his past. I suppose they're just bringing because it's Moffat's end of his, tenure, isn't it? So he's wanted to tie up loose ends again. So it'll be something
right.
maybe to do with his name again. Do you think they'll go with the name?
This is what it's supposed to be, the truth. I was thinking maybe they're bishops and they're priests of the silence. Could that be could it be like a unified thing like that where it's all one weird church movement?
I suppose. I mean, I hope they don't just appear. I mean, maybe we'll see appearances, but I've not seen any filming of them before this, so they do seem to be isolated. They could be connected to something, during the season. Just trying to think that it's got to be something to do with the Time Lords, right?
And the Doctor is doing a broadcast.
Yeah, I see that on the TV screens in the window.
And there was supposed to be something about the magpie from Gaddis's tenant season, like the season 2.
Yeah.
Aren't those like the sashes that the Sisterhood of Karn have?
That could be a theory. They could be. You mean from a?
You mean that Sisterhood of Karn was burned by the eternal flame or something?
Well, I mean, I just was talking about the sash. Like maybe there was some sort of linkage there where they're
maybe it's just the Doctor Who budget's got really bad.
We're using the same costumes, right?
Yeah. They used to do that back in the day with the worst thing they ever did was using the cardboard cutouts of the Daleks. That's the worst.
Yeah,
they seem to be like some sort of religious contingent of some sort, like you discussed before.
Maybe the Trump supporters. No, okay, we'll go there.
I honestly think. Well, here's the thing: we don't know what direction Moffat's going in. Connor was saying something to me that Moffat's regretting on now that it's coming to an end.
Oh, how convenient!
That he's regretting he didn't tie up loose ends, solve things. It's like, well, then why don't you have time still to do that? I mean, one episode. I mean, wouldn't you series 10 tie up loose ends the whole damn season? I mean, I don't understand what we're waiting for here. Opportunities for him to clear. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to allow Chibnall to take over your characters and let him fix it?
I think he's had too many chances, Moffat. He's tried to tie up loose ends multiple times and failed. Honestly, if I had a magic wand, I'd just choose him to ignore his story arcs and just do some good bloody stories for once. Because it's getting a bit. It's really getting annoying. You know what I mean? He keeps promising he'll tie up the loose ends. Obviously, with the Gallifrey thing last season, he didn't. He just created more questions. So I'd rather he just did.
He never answers anything.
The worst thing he did, I think, Moffat, still to this day, well, not technically Moffat, but the worst thing he signed over was when Matt Smith looked in the door and he saw the crack he feared the most. That's bad. It's terrible writing.
It should have been him becoming the Valiant. That's what he should have seen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I said. But I also said if it was going to be that, then the crack should have appeared before, and we should have a reference still that the Doctor's seen him in the past, and that's why he scared them. Yeah, but they didn't do that, so therefore it's just lazy writing.
Right.
I think it'll be something to do with the Time Lord somehow. Most likely. I just don't know. It's a weird one. My mind's. I'm trying to
What about
think.
you,
Maybe
Mike T?
Omega. Hopefully.
I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now this is the real Whovians, hosted by Mike T. Just thought I'd add in. I don't like steampunk. No, I'm joking. No, you're cool, steampunk. You're cool. What do you think? I'm just a religious nut jobs like you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. They seem to be affiliated like with some sort of religious movement or something. Obviously, with Truth. Who knows?
I think about DVDs. She said you ordered some DVDs and they messed them up or something. This is Doctor Who related, guys, so don't worry.
Oh yeah, Amazon UK sucks ass. I ordered some Region 2 DVDs from them, and the first batch of like about like 20 something came, and they were all like pretty good, and like I got another batch in a box that looked like somebody had like kicked it around on the ground several times.
Yeah, they do that, don't they? I ordered Christmas presents, and I had like bashed up gift sets, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm paying. Well, I'm not actually paying for Prime because I'm lazy and very cheapskate, but that's not the point. It was a bit weird, and also they wait till 9 p.m. latest, so I ordered something that was supposed to arrive today, and it arrived at the latest possible time, 9 p.m. That's ridiculously late.
Well, the funny thing is, I placed 3 orders, and the first order was separated with the second order of a period of like a week, and I got the second and third orders before I got the first order. So there's no sort of logic, seemingly, to the way that they do things. And I don't know.
It's called Amazon Logistics, the one they travel with. Right, we were talking about DVDs. What you had an issue with?
Yeah, sorry. I'm still trying to get over my bronchitis and choking every now and then, so I have to get a drink.
God.
Okay. Mostly Doctor Who DVD talk. Okay. I still think it's something to do with the Time Lords, but apart from that, I really can't tell. There's not enough clues. It's just very mysterious. I like that though. I want to be surprised.
Gatiss is bringing back the Ice Warriors, or a different type of Ice Warrior, or something.
Hopefully, an old one, which they should have done last time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they'll fix that.
One that doesn't leave his armor.
Yeah.
What about all this nonsense? There was all this nonsense about Genesis of the Cybermen. Is that all bullshit, or?
Wait, what?
There was all that nonsense talk about Genesis of the Cybermen. Is that a bullshit story?
Rumors are rumors. That you just don't know. Sometimes, all I'll say is a lot of the rumors we've heard in the past few years have become true. The Power of the Daleks thing, 2016, because it's a 50-year anniversary for it. So that was true, and that was a really, really precarious rumor. So it could be. It's possible. We already have that story, but it's an audio adventure, spare parts. Would I like to see it on the screen? Yes, but only if they did the spare parts / 10th Planet Cybermen. None of these new Cybermen. I don't want to see them in the Genesis story. If I see them, I won't be happy. I'll be like, no, I don't want Iron Man Cybermen anymore. I don't want them. Where's the Cyber Leader? He's not around. Give us a Cyber Leader and give us Cybermen. They're not robots. That's the whole point. They're not robots.
Yeah.
They never have been.
I want to talk about Mike D. We were talking about the whole thing about Capaldi, and we're trying to get a handle on how 1 minute he's saying he's going to stay for 3 years, and then everything abruptly changed. What you said, Mike D, you want to talk about it, or do you want me to say what you said?
No, go ahead.
About-
I mean, I'll just interject as we go along.
I mean, I sense what you tell me off air that the guy is trying to be in this role, trying to be the doctor. They did a whole year where all they filmed was Husbands of River Song. Like they didn't do anything. You got the Return of Dr. Mysterio, whatever. There was no friggin' season. It was just a Christmas special. So technically, stuff, because if God forbid he gets hurt, he can't be the doctor. So what kind of contracts do they have here where he said he was sitting home, he wasn't really doing anything, you're waiting to be the part, you finally do it, now he's doing the season. And they ask him to stay with Chibnall. And then we find out that Chibnall, first it said a year he wanted to take off. A lot of people don't understand that while he's taking off a year, that means he ain't writing shit. It's like 2 years, because when he comes back from his year of vacation, he's going to have to write for like months.
Well, he should be taking his year off right now when Dotsu's on.
Anything. Nobody's going to write anything. That's the whole point. So while he's on vacation for a year, it's like a 2-year vacation because it's going to take them a while to write everything.
Dude, the BBC
so
is
the point is that
apart,
why would Capaldi, or I'll sit at home for 2 years? That's bullshit. I mean, I honestly think
mistreated. I think it's probably one of two things. One, it's, the guy's a really nice guy and probably doesn't want to be influxed with the drama of saying, by the way, they asked me to leave, He just,
no, but it could be anything that they didn't ask him to leave. It could be anything that you don't want to wait. Why should he have to wait?
Yeah,
I mean,
years to do that.
I think the most likely is he was asked to leave. The second most likely, maybe he, not tired, but just tired of the treatment of the show, yeah? And is leaving in protest, right?
Why should you age 3 years? Why should you age 3 years and film a Christmas special and then a season? I mean, that's like he's basically asked. They did the same thing to Matt Smith. Matt Smith had Louise Coleman before they went to give him a raise. And he's like, no, I'm just leaving because I want to be an actor. Remember that? And all he did that year was he filmed 2 episodes. He did Day of the Doctor and Time of the Doctor. They had him signed. He could have did a whole entire effing season. But Moffat couldn't get the scripts out. Nobody could do anything. How do you ever have an actor? Oh, yeah, could you sit home for a year or two?
The BBC have done some. They have done some great things in the past, but they do come up with gems. But the issue is the management of the BBC. It is falling apart, dude. Doctor Who won't be a BBC thing in about 5 years at this rate.
I think, to me, it seems like they're all a bunch of babies. It's like Chibnall puts out Broadchurch 1, 2, and 3. He's like, oh, I'm tired. I need a year vacation. Right.
You need someone in charge who has a passion.
I mean, who does that? I mean, Walking Dead's going on 7 years into 8 years. I mean, do they fucking take a year off? No. I mean, it's just like the BBC, all their shows, they're losing their shows. They're not in a position to be like, oh, yeah, sure, take 4 or 5 years. I mean, Sherlock's not even going to be back. They don't know what's going on with Benedict Cumberbatch's schedule or Martin Freeman's schedule. They're losing shit.
RTD, who brought the show back and had a passion for the show. He has a passion.
There should have been a contract. There should have been Moffat should have signed a contract with Chibnall. Because none of that shit was discussed and none of that stuff was said. He's going to take a year or 2 off. Moffat can't leave.
Well, there's just a bit of a bizarre structure. Right. Because here's an example. House of Cards is on its 5th season this year. The director, the showrunner basically, right, has left after the 4th season. It's still going on strong. It's still going to be on schedule. Well, a month or 2 late, but it's still going to be going, right? If a showrunner has a hissy fit or the showrunner doesn't want to do the year, you just find someone else. Doctor Who's one of the biggest show. It is the biggest sci-fi show, really, to be honest. And you can get anyone in to run the show for the year. Do you know what I mean? Anyone can do it. There's hundreds of directors out there ready to go.
Moffat should listen to me. Moffat should step in.
Moffat, no.
Moffat needs to step in and say, look, saying, I didn't know you were going to take off 2 years. Doctor Who's might not survive that with all this stuff happening. The fans can't be years without Doctor Who. I mean, we already did this to them. We split Series 7. I mean, we gave them 2 years, 2 episodes for the damn anniversary. We did this with Capaldi. All you had was Hudson's River Song to like nothingness for a while. I mean, they can't do it. If you're not going to leave, I'm going to do a season with Capaldi. And then when you're ready, we could do it. But that shouldn't be that way. What kind of arrogance is that?
Like what kind cares?
No, but what kind of effing arrogance is that they can't do anything because his doctor is the one that he chooses for Christmas? But now that actor has to sit on their ass for 2 years?
I think, like, Peter's felt underutilized ever since he's come on the show. And it seems like he's really disappointed in what's happened with the fact that, okay, they went a year without doing the show, and he's so exuberant about coming on the scene and being the doctor, and he's great with fans. He takes time out to, like, really help the series and do the PR.
Exhausted, isn't he? Like, he's probably, I thought maybe he was asked to leave, or maybe he's just exhausted the way the show has been treated and he's just leaving out of protest.
I think I think it's a combination of the two. I think he's kind of fed up, and he's kind of gotten to a point to where he's too much the gentleman to make like a big drama production out of it, you know, like you guys were talking about earlier. But I think he's kind of gotten to a point to where now he's like, you know, like, these people really aren't as serious about what I thought they were when I came on board. And it's kind of like the Colin Baker curse. You know, Colin did like a season, and then like to go 18 months without doing the show. And then, you know, it's like, okay, well, another year or two go by, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to be the doctor again for another season. It's a little bit anticlimactic there.
With crazy longer hair too. Like, he looked completely different and a lot fatter. But
yeah, I mean, I think he's just kind of like with the combination of things going on, you know, he's just kind of like, well, you know, fuck this. This is really disappointing, and I see nothing good coming from this. So it's just really weird that he went from like talking about he would love to play the doctor as long as they would have him, and sounded very positive about things, and things seem a bit dour.
He's had this season will be his first season with a fresh companion, and it's his last season. Do you really? That's so unfair.
What did you say, James? Because Mike D burped and I couldn't hear what you said.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But this will be Capaldi's last season. Will be his first season with a companion, properly a new companion. He's had baggage, for the past 2 years of a companion which wasn't even his in the first place, which is cool. We've seen that before in Doctor Who. But why can't they add 2 companions? Why can't they have just added someone new in the past 2 years? They didn't. I don't get it.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to put this question to both of you, all right? Say that somebody hears our concerns, right? And Moffat would want to stay. And I know everybody's like, oh! Right? Okay. For Series 11 for next year, right? Right? And the thing would be, the only way they could do that is if the doctor doesn't regenerate, because there's a clause that because that Chibnall's doctor, they can't do without it, right? So if there was a way, if the only way to get Capaldi to stay a year was to give him what he wants for the whole entire year, would you guys be willing to say, I'm okay with that?
Put Jenna back again?
Yeah.
No, she overstayed her welcome already.
That was the only reason to keep Capaldi. Like, Capaldi would stay only if, because let me tell you something, he really liked her. Like, as an actress, he really loved working with her. That was like his favorite.
For him, that was new, so obviously he liked her.
If he would be happy to say, yes, I will stay if Jeremy Louise Coleman comes back for the whole entire year. Could we just like, okay, we'll deal with it because to keep Capaldi for a year? I mean,
like actress happiness.
It's like, would you walk on fire? I mean, that's what I'm trying to ask you guys.
I think this season, his last season, because he's with a new companion, he'll be all fresh. I think this will just be it'll be his best season, and people will
No,
really
let's keep
miss
him
him.
to keep him another season. Would you do that?
Yeah,
Would you say, okay, let's
I wouldn't go with the old
Clara
companion
all the
now.
way?
No, Clara
If that was
ruined
the
the
only
last
way he
season.
would stay, if he says, I'm only staying if she comes back, you say no. Goodbye,
It wouldn't
Capaldi.
make sense because story-wise, it would be a disaster. So yeah, we'd have him for another season, but we'd have absolutely horrible stories because it wouldn't make any sense that she come back, right? So I wouldn't
I mean, it could
sacrifice the show. And also, honestly, man, if Clara came back, even if it's Tom Baker as the Doctor, I'd be like, no.
First of all,
can't.
Missy had a purpose behind Clara. Missy saw every adventure of the Doctor through Clara's eyes for some reason. Clara dies, she wakes up in the Nethersphere. That's the way I see it. Like, oh, here's my present to you. See, we're still friends. Look, here's Clara and Danny Pink.
Maybe Missy regenerates into Clara.
Basically
There you
the way I see
go. Missy regenerates into
what about you,
Jenna Louise
Mike?
Coleman.
I mean, if the only way to keep Capaldi to get Jenna Louise Coleman back, would you say yes?
I'd love to have Capaldi back, but she's played out at this point.
So you would say no to Capaldi if that was the only way to keep him. We get him back for a season if she was a part of that. You'd say no, goodbye, Capaldi?
Well, I mean, to me, it's more about the episodes. If you really could get great episodes, I mean, it's kind of like a loaded question because there are different factors involved in that. I mean, are they? Could we be losing out on like really great episodes that just happen to have like a shitty companion? I mean,
we would have Clara and Danny Pink as both companions.
I don't even know how I feel about Clara coming back yet. I feel physically sick.
I'm having to wrap my mind around that.
Because at the end of the day, things according to what was on Listen, they get married, and then their future descent,
well, is. I'm thinking more about the whole coming at it from the point of view of. We look back at like Sylvester McCoy and his era, and like his first season, it's kind of rough going.
All, I know the first episode was like, I know.
I mean, it's rough going, but I mean,
Bannerman.
You got the second and third are great, but I feel like it's going to be that way with Peter, where you're going to be looking back and going, well, I wish he could have done one more series. And we already lost a whole series with them taking the year off. And then we've got this series now. And then if Chibnall comes on board and then we have like another 2-year gap, it's just going to seem like wasted time that could have been better utilized.
The new generation is going to forget about Doctor Who. They're going to watch Star Trek Discovery, Lost in Space, a new Battlestar Galactica, all these different things are going to come out. And then when Doctor Who comes back, it's going to be like, yeah, that's back. Okay. And they're not going to get into it.
Yeah, every year lost is thousands and thousands of children potentially lost, watching the show. It's dumb. It's really dumb.
Well, I mean, forget that. It's families also. I mean, it was a family show that people watched together and
right.
Not necessarily like a kid show, not necessarily,
yeah.
I mean, it was a family, adult or kid show, but it was safe. I mean, you knew that they weren't going to have like people, getting torn apart like in Walking Dead or something like that to watch the show. But it's
until they had the finale where like the graves were coming back to life with Cybermen, and then
anyway, I mean, they had stuff like Curse of Fenric, and creepy stuff that. But I mean,
that's the creepiest episode. That Curse of Fenric.
Yes.
And also the Candyman. Watch out for the Happiness Patrol.
I think one of the something with being a fan of like the classic series too. Joe and I were talking about this week. They're never going to recapture what made that so special, and they never have. I mean, the new show. I love the new show too, but it's such a different sort of creature compared to the old show.
That what they do with the new show is they try to take their favorite episodes, but like turn it into like seasons or things like, or to like City of Death with the Jaggeroth, as what they did with Clara, where they splintered her all throughout the timeline.
Yeah,
And plus the
I thought that
cracks
was going to be
from
connected.
City of Death. I mean, that's when we first heard the cracks. It was City of Death. So they took one storyline from an episode and made a whole damn thing into it.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, look what they're doing with Tennant stuff. Why is all Capaldi stuff to do with Tennant? You know, the face back to like David Tennant's episodes. Remember, Sophia Miles, right? Moffat tried to get her to be in the opening episode for Capaldi because he wanted Madame de Pompadour back. She filming stuff, she didn't realize it, and she says, "Oh my God, I missed that whole opportunity." But that would have been the original thing, not that there was another ship and another type of thing, because the whole point of the Girl in the Fireplace was that it was original. It happened in space, a freak thing that the ship wound up killing the people to keep going on. Not that there's all ships that do that. With deep breath, it's like, wait, again? Like another ship goes through that in the same class, related? That was stupid. It didn't make any sense. So, see, originally, what would happen, the whole plot where Madame de Pompadour came back with Capaldi. And that was probably the joke why he didn't remember her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she was supposed to originally be there. You know?
So
Yeah.
So is this show like on the path to be doomed? What's going to kill the show?
Being off for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll kill it. I mean, Doctor Who's great, but I mean, I don't want to be pessimistic. I want the show to succeed, but I say it before I say it again. The show can only succeed if the BBC just lets it go, which it won't, because as badly as the show does, it makes them a ton of money selling to other territories, even selling old series to territories. You know, like Tennant seasons are still selling pretty well in the United States and other territories. You know, new territories where the BBC expands to. So it's going to keep making them money. And while it does that, I don't know how it could work. Maybe if they could make an arrangement, my hypothetical scenario would be I'd love somehow Netflix or Amazon or whoever to take the show, make the main show, but the subsidiaries of the merchandise still goes to the BBC. But then what would be the incentive for Netflix and Amazon? So I don't understand how it can work. All I know is the show will die if it remains with the BBC.
You know what's going to happen?
Longer.
The whole thing is that it's like the BBC are like attending high school. They hand their homework in late. They don't show up for school. They try to like do whatever their way to get by every year. But ultimately, it's going to catch up to them, and it's going to be a thing where the BBC is not even going to be around, and then they're going to start selling their stuff other places, and then the biggest fear is that, oh my God, what if somebody takes over Doctor Who, don't know what the F they're doing, worse than in this case with the BBC, because I don't really think they know what the fuck they're doing right now. I mean, they don't know how to market shit, because when they didn't market the 50th, that was a thing. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But then Capaldi, they market the shit out of him sitting on top of the TARDIS or whatever. Made no sense. So obviously they don't know how to market crap. Somebody don't know what they're doing.
Well, when your quality control over a product is like that screwed up, your buying base is going to have a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, they focus. They're still not fully integrated with the digital stuff. I mean, you've got the iPlayer and stuff, so they do have the British audience, but they really do need to do what Netflix and Amazon are doing. That BBC store idea is appalling. So if you're going to make it still TV orientated, you need to have a set schedule. You can't just be in the fall one year, then take a year break and be in the spring next year, and then take another year break and be in the fall again. Can't keep doing that.
I was talking to Connor off air, and I was like, the doctor just saw Clara die. and then he had an adventure with River, and then he had the Christmas special, right? But technically, Clara died years ago, because Doctor Who's been off the effing air for like a year. I mean, I'm talking fucking years ago. I mean, she's going to be doing.
Well, technically, yeah.
She's going to be doing season. Listen to this. She's going to be doing season 2 of Victoria, right? I mean, fucking years ago. I mean,
when Clara died, Trump announced he was doing presidency, and now he is the president.
It's like he died years ago, fucking years ago, and people were just to us. It just happened because there's no fucking content. There's nothing to fall back on. All we fall back on. You know what the thing that really sucks? Oh yeah, the Doctor's been away. That's like the joke because he's been away on TV. Oh, I've been chilling happily with River for 27 years or whatever amount of years, just not doing any adventures, just chilling like husband and wife, happy. This is our
you
house.
have to discuss the bigger issue. What's going to kill the show off is combined with the delays, but also if they go female Doctor. If they do both, they do a big delay, and then they go female Doctor. Say goodbye to your viewers. It's dumb.
Well, Joe's a big fan of female Doctor, right?
No.
There's no reason to do it. It's like, you see, somebody once said to me.
I mean, I thought that they wanted to appease fangirls, and they wanted a young Doctor with a young companion.
Yeah. But you'll alienate the core the fan base, what stays with you all throughout the breaks, and that's quite a big fan base. So it's a bad idea. Also, people who say to me, "Well, Missy was a woman." Well, first of all, the Master is not the lead in the show, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think the Master is in every episode.
The Doctor, that's why.
Yeah, there's reason it works, but also, great, actress for the role, so it does work. But it's not about the actress; it's about the fact that the Master is not the lead character. The Doctor has been a male for 54 years now in this show.
Well, this is the thing. The showrunner, Chibnall, needs to see the Doctor as the main character, not the Moffat way. So, again, Chibnall, if you're listening, Moffat's way was, the companions. No. Throw everything out. The Doctor is the main character, not the companion. Make it mysterious. Make it big again.
Well, actually, I mean, back in the day, long time ago, I will offer devil's advocate for that. In the original series, the Doctor was the minor character most of the time. Sometimes he was the main lead. For example. No, I mean, it depends. It was very dependent on the episodes. I mean, for example, Dalek's Master Plan, the Doctor had a main role in it, yeah. And then you got episodes like The Sensorites, where he's a bit more minor. And then he has a big role at the end. He worked more in the older shows where he would have a major role in towards the latter half of the story. Yeah.
You didn't know anything about the companions' friggin' family.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. I will give you that.
His mother, her father, her brothers, her sisters, her Aunt Tilly, her Graham, her uncle, nothing. I mean, Rose Tyler. We got the whole.
The coolest thing about Clara is her grandma, though. I do like her grand. She's cool.
We got shit we forgot that, like, Jackie Tyler is trying to put, like, Mickey Smith in jail for murder because, like, Rose is missing. And that was going on for a whole year. Nobody knew about it. It's, oh, shit. Like, he was actually on trial. Like, she's like, you killed my daughter.
I liked that story. I liked Mickey Smith.
But that's crazy.
I like the more guy companions who are not, husbands or boyfriends, which is what they're doing with Matt Lucas, and that's cool. It's interesting. We need to do more of that.
Yeah, but I thought he was supposed to be in every episode. Now Connor's telling me he's not in every episode.
No, he'll be like comparing to K9. K9 was not in every episode.
So he's a dog now.
Don't compare it to Chameleon because Chameleon just appeared.
Are you going to say that he's the coat rack? That the coat rack appears.
For example, like K9 couldn't appear in Power of Crow for many different reasons. He's just like, oh no, I can't leave. Okay.
Because he can't climb rocks. I mean, that's obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's, stuff like that. Not like obviously like K9, but he appears in a few stories and he's in the TARDIS all the time, like the caretaker. Oh, that was a good story. I want to watch that again. But for God's sake, not
I
like
would like to
Chameleon.
Osgood back, but
As long as Chameleon
I
doesn't
don't know.
return, I'm happy.
What if they changed the formula of the show and took it back to what they used to do, where they had like half-hour segments? And
Well,
they
Well,
would,
work in this day and age, unless
it was
on
always filmed and then they cut it into parts like that, right? Well, I mean, I don't know if it. I would rather have an episode that's an hour and a half, like Sherlock.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very greedy. I like that, but if they were to do
But
that
more.
format, they would have to have 2 episodes a week, or they'd have to be entirely digital. Obviously on TV still, but I think it'd work in the digital. That would only work
Whatever
in the
way they're
Netflix
doing
format.
the episodes now is wrong, because if American TV can pop out like 24 episodes and then even have months break for the
With crap
actors.
budgets most of the time, by the way.
I
These
mean,
American
Arrow.
shows have
Arrow,
terrible
and
budgets.
they could take big breaks and conventions, and they could still pop out 24 episodes of Arrow or 23 episodes of Arrow. But like Doctor Who, oh my God, it's like a ridiculous thing. I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, some of the shows, I mean, okay, the Supernatural, we all understand why that is. That's a very low-budget show, but a show like The Flash is not. I mean, it has a lot of CGI in it, and they still cramp out a lot of episodes. They do take a lot of breaks and take advantage of the viewers, which Doctor Who wouldn't be able to do, where they take 2 or 3 weeks breaks every time they start getting going. But Doctor Who, it suffers from a low budget and very terrible management. I mean, I wouldn't want 20 episodes of Doctor Who a year, though. I mean, I love Doctor Who, but that might be.
I just don't want Doctor Who off the air for 2 years, because that is
Neither do
going to
I.
be.
If they do it, I really will stop.
It is
losing
going to be.
interest.
I'm telling you right now, it is going to be an effing disaster. And then when they come back and they don't have the ratings, they're going to. Well, here's the thing. It's commissioned to 2020, right?
Yeah.
So you take off now, you come back in 2019, you air a season, you're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember when they announced that they're airing to 2020. Remember when they announced that on your show, and everyone's dead excited. Oh, that means we're gonna have like 4 or 5 seasons guaranteed. Yeah.
No, they're gonna fucking take off every fucking
Yeah,
year.
they're taking off all the time. They're just trolling us all. But I hope it does well. I very much worry for Doctor Who. I love it to bits.
They should do a reality show where they have a thing like with them trying to film Doctor Who, and then the fans like just go to the set, like stop fucking taking off, like fucking every year. It's like Jesus.
The BBC. The issue with the BBC is Doctor Who has always been incredibly poorly managed from up above. It always has been,
God.
but it didn't suffer because it didn't have much competition. The same thing with Top Gear. When the leads left, the BBC just presumed, oh, it will do well anyway. We have no competition. Now the Grand Tour came out, Top Gear's dead, right? And that's the same thing with Doctor Who. It has to ramp up its level, because we've got shows like The Flash, which is the best show on television right now, really. If you're into sci-fi. And Legends of Tomorrow, which is even better. To be honest, I've enjoyed this series of Legends of Tomorrow more than I enjoyed the last series of Doctor Who. That's me being honest there.
I have a question for you. How does Matt Lucas have influence to affect the whole entire season of Doctor Who by asking the BBC to film the B, and then Moffat saying, okay, right? Happen. Well, that influences the whole entire season, right? But we just heard now, Robert Downey Jr. just said, hey, I want to be the Doctor. I'll do whatever it takes. Wouldn't even take a pay cut, whatever, right? So you're going to tell him no? Like, what if Doctor Who gets in such dire straits from being off the air for 2 years that they have to do something crazy to keep it alive? I mean, what are you going to do?
Matt Lucas is the Doctor.
You're going to say...
The show would die so fast if he became Doctor Who.
If the show's in trouble, the show is in trouble if they're taking off.
Well, so
and I'm sorry, but Chibnall should not take over if he's going to take off.
I'll say this. What I hear rumors, when people keep saying that, I see it in comment sections on YouTube too. The thing what will definitely kill off the show instantly is if they brought back Smith or Tennant as the Doctor. That is dumb.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all, actually. Because let me tell you
something. I think it's so dumb.
I don't think so. I don't think so. No, because first of all, Tennant, the ratings was ridiculous, and everybody.
Yeah, okay, and it's like it is possible.
No,
it is explained in that terrible episode, the 50th anniversary.
So in other words, if you would rather not, like if something, let's just say, Doctor Who's off the air, right?
Right.
So they go with the proposed and Matt Smith idea of, hey, let's do a season storyline with us together with some type of plot thing. Absolutely, I would love to see that while Doctor Who's off
I'd like
the
to
air.
see. I mean, I'd like to see some of that. I mean, I want to see Paul McGann has his own series, you know. But it was explained. I will play devil's advocate to myself.
Actually, you know what? Nothing. As much as we give Moffat a lot of heat, if he was able to, because Karen Gillan said she's ready. If he was able to get Karen Gillan, Arthur Darvill, and Matt Smith for one whole season, I would be down with that in 5 minutes. Because I would finally wrap up everything. And then you could explain it where he goes to the snowman and gets a memory worm and it wipes this whole thing out. You don't even remember that season. But whatever. You fix the whole Angel storyline because I don't like loose threads. You explain the voice in the TARDIS, Madame Kavarian, all this shit. You have fucking a whole season to fix Matt Smith's dangling plot lines from Moffat's time. I would be down with that in 5 minutes.
Okay, I understand in Day of the Doctor they did explain that the Doctor can, with the Tom Baker incarnation, that he can go back to old faces, but I just don't. I don't want. Why? Just please, a new Doctor, someone else. You know, it's lazy. It shows they're desperate. If they went with that, it shows the BBC are incredibly desperate. Not a good sign.
I wouldn't have him degenerate. I wouldn't have him. You know what I have him do? I would have what they did in the beginning of the Christmas special. He used, for some reason in his head, he has to fix New York so he could travel to Amy Pond's time. That's what he was trying to do. Fix it so he could go there, right? He fixes the problem, and then he turns the shields off the TARDIS, and he visits his previous self, and he says, you helped me with her. Now I'm going to help you with Clara. Like you had Clara call me, whatever. Here, go save the ponds. Now you can do it. And then everything has to be erased when everything's done. You don't can't remember anything. And I'll be down with that. The whole damn season, I'd be down with that. Because I can't see Brian, like he has a whole speech with the father. They're okay. Don't worry, I'll make sure they're safe. And then he screwed over the father because now the father, his kid's dead. Like how many decades? And his daughter-in-law. I mean, like that's fucked up. Like, you know, it makes like the doc look like an asshole. So like, I mean, I would really like that shit fixed. Seriously. You're going to save your people. You're going to save billions of people with the Time War, but you can't save the ponds. That doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. You go to the ends of the earth. You go to the end of time to save Clara, but you can't go save the ponds. You can't do a thing like
it doesn't make. We've all said this. I remember when it happened. I remember when it happened, those in my group, we were always saying this. We were always saying it. It was complete nonsense.
Publish the book in the past, make a fake tombstone, and bring them into the present. What's the big deal? You're picking them up and you're dropping them off. That's all.
Pretty much.
I would have a storyline that they can't be in the past because it's destroying time. Because she already has time energy from the cracks in the wall, and it's effing up that the angels made a mistake, and it's screwing up time that they need to put them back into the regular points in time.
Actually, because it would be entertaining to see an episode where you had Missy be the conduit that brings back Amy and Rory with the Weeping Angel story. Like, she's the one that brings the two of them back, and like, the Doctor's like, holy shit, you know? Like, wow, like, because of, like, some timeline continuity, they have to bring Amy and Rory back for an adventure or two, like a two-parter, and have the Weeping Angels in it, and conclude that in a way where their storylines got a better resolution to it. And you wouldn't expect Missy to be the one to instigate that.
Well, she teased that with pictures. Like, wouldn't it be great if she was with the Ponds? They did that thing at the show, and people were like losing their shit. They're like, "Oh, Missy in the Ponds! How fucking great would that be?" You know, that'd be hysterical. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Give the
we
fans
could
what they
do
want.
that.
Don't give us emoji monsters. Don't give us the puddle creature from the rain. I mean, it's like stupid.
The emoji monsters. I still can't believe that.
The freaking headlights from space. Could you just stop being fucking stupid? Could you give us like what we want for once? Like, stop it with the stupid ideas. Can we stop it?
That's the thing we complain about. We do. I will play devil's advocate. We complain when the overuse assignment, but when they come up with ideas, they're even worse. I don't know what's worse, to be honest.
Could you like take the guy's powers away at least? Because every time there's supposed to be first of all, it's going to be unbelievable now in Doctor Who. Because anytime a villain is supposed to take over the Earth, I'm going to be expecting that superhero to come flying in and stopping. Because if he does it, it doesn't make any sense. So could you resolve that too? Because I mean that's a cop out now.
And honestly, waiting a whole year to get that one episode, that wasn't really that great. It was like a kind of boring filler episode.
Yeah. Also, can we stop ending the seasons with the big, invasion of Earth with the Doctor presses a button and everything fixes itself? Like, I'm tired of that. If you can't solve your own problem, don't solve it with a big button. Which seems to be...
How do you have Time Lords that don't travel through time? The whole like Rassilon, you don't have a TARDIS? You guys don't travel? I don't understand that. Like, why not?
I don't know why they went through all the effort to go to Gallifrey then to show nothing but Clara in that episode.
But they should have a statue of Clara in the freaking Gallifrey, that she's the one that saved them from the Time War. They should be like, absolutely, we'll save her from the thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, true.
They should put Rassilon on trial. They should do the trial of the Time Lord with like Rassilon and the whole High Council, because they should be doing everything for Clara.
True. I
think. You're gonna put Omega on a pedestal. She freaking saved the whole damn.
We get, you brought that up again. There you go. We need Omega back. Come on, Omega this season. I want this to be Omega. I really want.
I thought he was supposed to be behind Madame Kavarian and all that. Because
who
the hell has the energy to project?
Everyone says that they missed an opportunity. If they were going to do Omega, the ship sailed when they didn't do it in the 50th anniversary. He should have been behind the cracks.
He is the only one that would have the energy to project a Ganger Amy Pond outside the universe.
You just want Amy Pond back, don't you?
No, but nobody has the... How do you project a Ganger outside the universe? What kind of energy is that?
Yeah, true. Yeah, there's many things about it, but Omega was the only thing what made sense. What they went with was stupid. But if they're going to do it, this is literally the last chance. If they don't do it at the end of Capaldi's season, I give up.
One of these days, somebody just go to my office and listen. Don't do shit. Don't do anything if you don't explain anything. Middle and it ends. But the way he does it, there's never an end. You got to explain shit.
True.
It's going to be a joke, his whole legacy. It's going to be a joke if he doesn't explain everything.
Welcome to the Real Whovians. We're going to rant about everything, show.
No, but I'm a Whovian, and I want things to make sense.
Yeah.
I want to know what the voice is in the TARDIS. I want to know why the Dream Lord had a form to control the TARDIS, and it wasn't just a hologram. I want to know what the Dream
really
Lord
want him
was.
to return.
I want to know what the F is going on. That's what I want. I want a simple answer. When the Weeping Angel was in the TARDIS in that mini-sode, is that just an alternate reality that never happened? That even the Ood, all that, those jokes? I mean, I want answers. I really do.
Yeah. If you're going to have the end of this season, for me, a great send-off would be Omega or the Valyard. The Valyard's been teased ever since the name of the Doctor now. So we really want the Valyard. Come on. But Matt Smith...
And so I'm sorry, but the Great Intelligence technically is alive because Bells of St. John take place way after the Victorian era. And he's not a time traveler.
Yeah. So. There's loads of things they can do. What about the meddling monk? Just do different stuff. Right.
If Clara can survive the time stream, so can the Great Intelligence.
Oh, if Clara returns, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I really will have to get myself...
I'm sorry, dude, but I think the only way to fix this You need to put her in there once.
I'll make a compromise.
sorry.
If she returns, can have a Candyman episode. I'll make a compromise.
Listen. You know what? I think it could work. The Candyman episode.
I swear I was about to say the Candyman has to come back right when he said that.
It has to, man. Listen, somebody around, if they have that round table, like a writer's room, if they have a thing with Chibnall, and Chibnall, like people say, well, we had an emoji monster. Let's have like a tissue creature or something, right? I would say, no, bring the effing Candyman back.
Yes.
Seriously.
I've been calling upon this since
Anytime
5 years old.
anytime you're gonna bring in a ridiculous monster, scrap it all. Get Fifi the dog, Fluff, whatever the hell it was, the freaking Happiness Patrol, Candyman, Pink TARDIS.
Yes.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I've been asking for this since Doctor Who came back in 2005. Literally every year, I've been like, come on.
They just think my mother effer all the way. Candyman, absolutely.
It could be like the Unhappiness Patrol could be the episode title, like a follow-up. Or actually, make the Candyman be the one that causes Capaldi's regeneration.
Which that whole set was probably like 5 rooms that they kept going in like circles,
They're running down a hallway.
Candyman was like the Happiness Patrol was a really
freaking the doctor kept going in the room with the Candyman like 3 times, and it was the ridiculous thing. Like, oh yeah, I know you tried to torture me and I beat you. I'm gonna beat you 3 more times. I'm gonna go.
Like, why didn't the Candyman just walk up to him and attack? What the hell is going on? It was.
I love that shit. If they put that, I'm telling you, man.
That's a really dark episode too, because he turns you into Candyman.
If you got these creatures with plungers, you got these creatures with freaking plungers, you could have freaking Candyman.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong. That story was he heats you up, and then you get eaten, right? That's what he does with you. Turns you into candy.
Yeah, but you know what? The guy even said he was going to rebuild them. So there you go.
Yeah, he's returning. He's returning the shit, guys. Watch out.
God, absolutely. I bet you I'm telling you right now, I bet you if he came out, because Moffat thinks he knows, right? Oh, we can't bring the Ronnie back because nobody knows who the Ronnie is. But then he brings the Great Intelligent back. And people are like, who? I bet you if they brought the Candyman back, people will lose their shit.
Well, yeah. Well, first of all, they'd have to pay the hundreds of millions of whatever Bertie Bassett's will demand in royalty fees because they won't let him use the image of the Candyman anymore. It's a very interesting.
Really?
I think the best person to ask about is Beef Dad. He has a very interesting story about how the Candyman is allowed to even exist as an episode, because basically they showed an image of something they're not supposed to show. It's exactly the same image. It's the mascot for a sweet Bertie Bassett's. But I really wanted to
even do a sequel to Battlefield. I would love that shit because Battlefield.
Yeah, that's a cool story. I used to hate that story, but
an alternate dimension or something.
I used to hate that story, but I got
incarnation.
an appreciation for it after a few more watches.
Yeah, here you could have like the Candyman team up with the Daleks, and he like turns them into like candy dispensers, and they like dispense of candy, and that would be great.
And then I would have Davros with like lollipops around and be like, they'd be like talking in his voice, how the fuck does this happen? Like some shit. It's like, they're crazy.
All I know is that Davros and Missy, they're definitely a loose. Their demise was definitely like not fully. They're definitely alive.
Are we gonna have a civil Dalek war now?
I'd love to have one, but it has to be not bronze versus bronze.
I mean, it's gonna be 2 factions now, right? Because it's gonna be.
They were going to. Okay, well, they were going to, but they obviously teased that idea from the second episode of Series 8, Into the Dalek, when Rusty killed the spaceship. Yeah, but initially.
Yeah, but we got it with the which is familiar that the whole Daleks on the bottom, they're regenerated now, so now they're going against Davros and his Daleks.
Well, they're just insane Daleks. They're just completely mad. They wouldn't even be able to.
Well, no longer they're regenerated.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to create an army. Oh, I suppose they are.
They're not insane anymore.
I thought that would have happened with them as the. Oh yeah, they regenerate. That's right. They were game, and then they're more.
If Davros is regenerated, then he could leap out of the chair and run away, right? I mean, that's what I don't understand either.
Well, that story. I mean, that was a really good story until the very end with the. I mean, come on, really, Really, things that come from the ground kill the Daleks? They can just fly in the air. Come on, guys. It's
But can't
ridiculous.
Davros have his legs back because he regenerated?
Please, God, no. He needs to be in that chair. I don't
No,
care.
but I
I need
mean,
to break his
he
legs
used
again.
regeneration energy, though. I don't understand. You don't say,
Well, if
"Hey,
he
by
did
the
come
way,
out of the chair, I hope a Dalek shoots his
I'm
legs
only
and,
gonna
like, that's
use,
better.
I'm only gonna, you don't cut him off. I mean, when you use regeneration energy, the regeneration energy brought the Doctor back from a hand. So how could you say, "Oh no, it won't bring his legs back"? That doesn't make any sense for Davros.
But he might not care. Davros is
Yeah,
like,
maybe he wants to claim disability, you know? He could take a leaf out of steampunks, but maybe he just wants to pretend he's disabled and sits in the
Yeah.
chair anyway.
Star's going to type with their
Delete on that one. No.
Star's going to type with their disability laws.
I'm cutting that from the cast. That's it. All right. I don't know. We need some type of.
I'm getting my disability checked, doctor.
We need Doctor every year. That's the main thing. That's what we need. I don't know. If Muffin doesn't answer anything, he should shave his head. That's what he should do.
I always thought that was a wig.
Answer the damn
That
question.
can't be real hair. I mean, it's pubic hair, isn't it?
Well, they have like a Davros run for president, and they could have the Daleks like protest because they didn't like that he won. He's like the president of Skaro now, and they could have all the protester Daleks out there with pink hats.
Yeah. All right. On that note, make Doctor Who great again. Take care. Bye for now.